a federal judge responded and exposed the game that the Trump administration is playing when it comes to the Epstein documents, files, whatever you call them, being more transparent about all the information that they have access to while protecting victims and all of that, of course, but the relevant information, making it public. And one of the things they did when they got a ton of backlash, not just from us, but from MAGA, was go, okay, we're gonna file to try to get the grand jury documents released. And it got denied, and now it's being denied again for obvious reasons. But this time I was glad to see the judge go, whoa. I'm not the one who's preventing more information from coming out. The type of stuff that's presented in the grand jury forum won't be anything new or bombshells. All the government investigations and all of the information you obtained throughout that process that you have unilateral access to, that's what the new information is going to be in. And we said that even before a resolution came of this. So diversion, Trump administration nuked by federal judge in ruling denying Epstein records release. And if we read some of these quotes, a significant and compelling reason to reject the government's position in this litigation is that the government has already undertaken a comprehensive investigation into the Epstein case and, not surprisingly, has assembled a trove of Epstein documents, interviews, and exhibits. And the government committed that it would share its Epstein investigation materials with the public. The government is the logical party to make comprehensive disclosure to the public of the Epstein files. By comparison, the instant grand jury motion appears to be a diversion from the breadth and scope of the Epstein files already in the government's possession. So try to get released stuff that wouldn't have new information in a major way, knowing it'll get denied because of the privacy protections and the legal protections, and then say, damn it. As we saw, I think it was Levitt, a reporter said, can you respond to this ruling? And she was like, well, darn it. Did they? Dadgummit. What's the name of this judge? Y'all go talk to Judge Richard Berman. Gee, what a son of a bitch. Knowing it would be denied, knowing it wouldn't have major new information, and knowing they're the ones with their hands on the major new information. Shown by the reports that the FBI was diligently going through the documents and redacting and flagging all of the times Trump was named. Not necessarily about a crime, but just all the times it was, and then Epstein was here, and Trump was there. And then he was doing this, and Trump was there. And then he was hanging out, and Trump was there. Just all of those, that were inking all of those. So they have the ability and the access necessary. And finally, a judge called out the game as a diversion. That's crazy. U.S. District Court Judge Richard Berman. Credit to Richard. Let's play some of this.
Breaking news in the Jeffrey Epstein controversy. A federal judge has just rejected the Trump administration's request to make grand jury documents in the case public. The judge had this to say in his ruling, quote, the information contained in the Epstein grand jury transcripts pales in comparison to the Epstein investigation information and materials in the hand of the Department of Justice. We have CNN legal analyst Elliot Williams with us now. Quite a response from the judge there, Elliot.
It is quite a response, and he even uses the language I thought you were going to quote, Brianna, is where he says that the Justice Department has a substantial investigative trove in their possession that could be released to the public if the Justice Department so chose. There's nothing shocking about the judge denying a request to unseal grand jury materials because of how clear the law really is around the country about not making grand jury materials public. So this isn't a big shock here, certainly not the last we've heard of this.
And it's another judge, right, doing this. So another federal judge has already denied a DOJ request to release Ghislaine Maxwell's grand jury transcripts. And they said that much of what the DOJ sought is already public. It was presented during her trial.
So it's been a similar message. And I appreciate the bluntness in that there's a new, you'll hear this. I try to only bring to you things with utter clarity about the substantive nature or lack thereof of different claims, but a new Prince, and while we continue to this, if you appreciate the show, please do click the subscribe button. It's free. Check if you're still subscribed. People have reported they've subscribed and then they go check and they're unsubscribed, so just check that. I'd appreciate it. But a new Prince Andrew book is coming out, and we just continue to follow Melania Trump. I've never seen her more passionate about something in her entire life than getting people to remove any references to her in Epstein stories. Because you had Michael Wolff come out and say, hey, Epstein even claimed that maybe he introduced Melania and Donald. And Melania was like on a war path. Obviously, the Hunter Biden, we got to get on the soundboard, Hunter Biden being like, F that. Do we have the F? That's an F'd up mother effer. No. Can you pull up that clip? So either one, Melania threatened to sue Hunter Biden for $1 billion because Hunter Biden said, I heard from Michael Wolff that Epstein introduced Melania and Donald. I don't know. That's what the scuttlebutt is. And now a Prince Andrew book also made this claim that Epstein would claim it. And their new editions of the book are now going to remove those claims because of, I guess, more Melania legal threats. This is not the clip, is it? This is just Hunter being a goofball. Let's see.
I don't know anyone personally that if you took Stephen Miller, isolated, and you played a clip of the things that he says.
Every day we arrest another alien they let into this country who raped a child, who beat a woman.
Quote, all the kinky-haired, swarthy-skinned, long-despised phantoms, all the teeming ants toiling for the white man's comfort.
And his little physical demeanor, and not be able to say, there's something fucked up about that motherfucker.
Yeah. So he said F that to the legal threat, but we saw the Daily Beast retract a story. I don't really know why, because they're all just saying this is something Epstein claimed at some point. But I guess they just don't want Trump was saying he would get behind the lawsuit. And we've seen outlets often are like, is it really worth the headache to continue publishing this anecdote in the Prince Andrew book or in the Daily Beast story or James Carville in a YouTube video? We might as well just remove it or change the title or something so we don't have to go through them bleeding you dry of money defending yourself in court. Even though I wish, that's why I kept saying, in past segments, sue me. And I revealed the bombshells about Melania's 10-year marriage with Epstein. That's not real. I can't even follow through on the joke. It's too, because it's like, I don't want any of you to go, oh, he's smiling, but maybe he's serious. Were they married for 10 years? And we get some of those emails and it breaks my heart because I'll do a joke, right? I'll be like, oh, yesterday my leg got chopped off. And somebody's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, no, it was a part of it. Okay. So that's not real, but sue me. I talked about it because I want somebody to say, no, I'm leaving the story up. And I'm going to go through discovery with you. Sue me for defamation, right? Now, on the whole Epstein thing, Rogan was with a guest. You can leave this up, Jaden, but let's see. Jesse Wells, is it Wells? A musician. And they both seem just totally intoxicated. It's great. Seems fun. But they brought up the Trump saying this is a hoax. The whole thing's a hoax. And they're like, I don't think so.
New hoax alert. Woo, woo.
I don't even remember where that's from. Is that Jesse Waters' voice? Hoax alert. Yeah, thank you. And they said it's not a hoax.
They're trying very hard to get away with this one. I don't know if the people are going to forget.
People are never going to forget. The problem is, do we have any power? What do we do? What do? You definitely can change the way you vote. like if it comes up again. But the problem is, this is a bipartisan issue.
It's bipartisan. I don't know. I heard as a Democratic hoax. That's
yeah, I don't think that's true.
But
well, it's certainly not a hoax if you go to jail. It's certainly not a hoax if Ghislaine Maxwell's in jail too. So like she's in jail for sex trafficking. Excuse me, she's in jail for sex trafficking. But the question is, to who?
Can we do the podcast on whatever they're on right now? Why don't we ever get to do that? You know, I smell beer and I all of a sudden feel like I'm not going to be able to do the show well enough. I'm like, I'll start stumbling and stuff. The idea of being just in your best, living your best life and doing a show seems so fun, but I can't. Like I said, a sip of anything and I'm like, oh, now the show's shot. I'm going to ruin it. When we try to do nighttime segments.
In jail for sex trafficking. But the question is, to who? Who's she in jail? You have to be sex trafficking to somebody in order to go to jail, right?
Yeah.
So who? How's that work? She's been in jail for years. So like, how's that work?
Is she looking at a pardon? Are they gonna?
I don't know, but they just moved her to another prison.
They moved her.
It's supposed to be a nice prison, as far as prisons go.
They moved her to kill her?
Could be. But why would you waste the money to move someone if you wanted to kill them? I'm sure they could kill her pretty easy.
I
don't. Yeah, I'm trying to give him credit for talking about this. Good. That's so brutal. What? I don't even think that. I mean, I've made the jokes, but I'm not even alleging that, you know, Melania is going to go strangle Ghislaine, but that is going to happen. Like, I'm not alleging it, but it is going to happen for sure. You know, it's like, are they going to kill her? But this is all with love, of course, and fun and good spirits. But what do you mean? I don't understand Rogan's point. Again, I'm not alleging that conspiracy, but why would they move her to a prison that has much less security in and out? Why wouldn't they just kill her where she was in a more secure facility? That's not happening, but the logic of why you just said it's not happening doesn't make any sense in my head. But it is a terrible thing for justice that she's getting this cushy gig and she got approved for work release, which is insane, you know. That is today's show. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. Again, just be on the lookout on the channel or the podcast platforms or the Instagram or the Twitter or the TikTok. We won't necessarily post on all the days you're used to, but just whenever I have the content ready, I'll be publishing it across this trip. I appreciate all of you. I love all of you, and I'll talk to you next time.